to the people. That's just the folks that are in charge. Not everybody else, like on the ground level. Some people don't care. Some people don't care. Okay, most people don't care.
But they still go along with it because nobody wants to be the one who gets called out by the mean girls on Twitter that you're not, you know, you're not in line with the wokest of the woke. So they get into, you're right, people don't really care.
Yeah.
But we've seen it too many times where they also don't want to stick their neck out.
Bill Maher is flipping the script in this video. Normally, Bill Maher is bringing guests on his own show and getting destroyed on his own podcast. This time, Bill Maher is going on the offensive and going after the woke left and going after this guy, Jay Farrow, for a couple of his comments that he made, triggering Bill Maher to go off into these rants on the woke left. Let's get into this clip here where Bill Maher brings on this guy, Jay Farrow. I don't know if he's necessarily woke or whatever. I think he's a comedian, so he's probably not that woke, but he just says a few things that really sets Bill Maher off and sets Bill Maher off onto these rants where he's going after the woke left. Let's get into this clip here from the Club Random podcast of Bill Maher torching the woke left.
Mine just sounds like John Mulaney, I guess. Just
okay, there you go.
I mean,
but so that's funny, and it is funny. I always laugh at it. But I can't. If I do it, if I did a black voice, they'd be canceling me the next day. That's just like, really, you don't trust me.
That's to the people. That's just the folks that are in charge. Not everybody else, like on the ground level. Some people don't care. Some people don't care. Okay, most people don't care.
But they still go along with it because nobody wants to be the one who gets called out by the mean girls on Twitter that you're not, you know, you're not in line with the wokest of the woke. So they get into, you're right, people don't really care.
Yeah.
But we've seen it too many times where they also don't want to stick their neck out.
Right.
Not that it should be something that requires that much courage, but I don't know if you saw Bobby Kennedy endorsed Trump.
Yes.
Right.
Which, by the way, Bill Maher is completely correct there. I mean, look, I don't want to go too hard on this guy. I don't want to get too crazy in this video, but it's just facts. And I got to say facts whenever I know that they're true. This guy, Jay Farrow on the right. Imagine this guy, okay? He's in a movie. He's doing a white accent. What happens? I mean, nothing happens. Like, what is a white accent? It would be him speaking proper English, right? He might say golly gee or something every once in a while, and that would be supposed to be funny, you know? But imagine Bill Maher trying to talk like Jay-Z or somebody, you know, he would get canceled 100%. And I hope that's not me getting too crazy and you know, hopefully I'm not going to get canceled or anything. I don't actually give a shit, but it's true. Jay Farrow, this guy on the right, trying to do a white accent in a movie, he would just sound like he's speaking proper English. Nobody would care. Bill Maher trying to do a black accent, he gets canceled 100 out of 100 times. Bill Maher's correct, and I'm glad that he's starting to wake up to this fact. But there's a lot of people out there, like this guy, his guest, is trying to say, yeah, but some people wouldn't care. No, man, like most people, 90% of people out there don't care. If Bill Maher's doing a black accent, I don't even care. You know, most people would be like, I don't care. If Bill Maher's doing it for comedy reasons, I don't care. Honestly, I don't give a shit if it's for comedy reasons or not. Do whatever you want. I don't care. It would most likely be for comedy reasons that Bill Maher did it, but I don't care. I mean, I think most people out there, black, white, Asian, I don't care. I don't think any of them care really about if they're doing any accents. But there's a small group of people out there who have a lot of pull on Twitter and in Hollywood. And, you know, not only do you get shunned from the woke cult and canceled on Twitter, but you get shunned from Hollywood by the Hollywood elites. You get kicked out. You get fired from whatever shows you're on, and you don't get any more auditions going forward. If somebody were to do that, like if Robert Downey Jr. were to wear a blackface today, he would never get another job. And the person who told him to do it would also never get another job. That's just how things work. And that's true. And it's good that Bill Maher corrected him there and was like, no, it's not some people that don't care. It's most people that don't care. But there's a small group of people who have a lot of power who, you know, once they start to pretend like they care, everybody else falls in line and says, you know what? Let's take this opportunity and cancel somebody. It's a sport. It's a sport for these people to cancel people. So if Bill Maher were to do that, there'd be like one person who cares on Twitter, has a lot of followers, gets a lot of retweets, and then everybody else is going to pretend like they care because it's a sport to them to cancel people.
Right. And then, you know, he's married to Cheryl Hines.
Yes.
Larry David's work wife on Curb Your Enthusiasm and many other projects. And, you know, I know her, I know them, and I really felt bad for her. because they came after her. And, you know, Bobby Kennedy he does do a lot and say a lot of weird fucking shit. I mean, eating bears and cutting up dead whales. And I mean, what the fuck? Why? And a worm in his brain.
Yeah, he must watch some, he must watch anime or some shit. It's fucked up. You know what I'm talking about.
I mean, I know what anime is.
Okay. You know what hentai anime is?
I don't know what hentai is.
that's some other crazy.
What is it?
It's like anime. It's like fucked up shit, like motherfucker tentacles and shit like that.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah. So he must be watching. He must be seeing some of that type of thing too.
I remember reading something about that. The Japanese got into the tentacles because for some reason I think they were highly.
If you enjoy content like this, then make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. We're closing in on 100,000 subscribers. I appreciate you guys so much. Let's get back to the video.
He censored after the war so that you couldn't show up.
I didn't know that.
I'm not sure I know it. I'm just saying I think I read that. But that makes sense to me. I feel like that does resonate, that there was some very strict laws about what you could show, and so that the tentacle became sort of a replacement for the
yeah.
And then they got into it because humans are fucked up like that.
They like octopus. That's what they like. Octopus.
As opposed to octoroon.
Octoroon, yep, which is 1/8, yep. And thank you, because that's a new word I've learned. I never heard of that.
Well,
octoroon.
We're gonna have to find out how offensive it's gonna be. But I meant no offense, and you took no offense, right?
I didn't.
No, it's historical. It's historical.
It's a word that's been used.
It shows that
for centuries.
People back then were like just obsessed with race. And then I feel like they got less obsessed. Now they're back to it.
Absolutely.
So maybe we'll be hearing that word again.
You're 100% obsessed with race again. I say this all the time, but it's just so funny how the woke left, just the left in general, they act like they're the side of like compassion and they want everybody to be treated equally. And they want everybody to be treated equally except for like white people. They want everybody to be like on top of white people and then white people to be a little bit below everyone else. That's how especially straight white men, they want everybody to be treated equal except for straight white men and really white women too. They don't like them either unless they go along with their narrative and push their narratives for them, and then as soon as they turn on them and they don't push the woke narrative, then they hate white women too. But Bill Maher is correct. People, the woke left, they've been trying to say for the longest time, racial equality, gender equality. It's like, then y'all get it. And of course, it's never enough. It's never enough. So now they want to not just have equality. They want to have everybody else above white people. They want to have everybody else above men, especially straight white men, especially, to take it a step further, Christian straight white men. But that's for another time.
But I hope not. I mean, I'm on the old school liberal. I guess I'm showing my age, but Martin Luther King, content of their character, not the color of their skin.
Yep.
Colorblind society. We know, of course we know it, like you're not blind, but you could care less. That I thought was the goal. But
now people are, like you're saying, people are picking it back up.
Yeah. But, I also get that side a little bit because, there's still lots of racism in America. It's not like we got rid of it.
Yeah.
But it's like saying there's criminals. Yeah, there's always going to be criminals. And there's always going to be...
It became more emboldened in 2016, though.
Absolutely. Trump gave them a lot of permission.
And as soon as...
and then here we go. Bill Maher. Bill's back to his old self. But yeah, he's right. I mean, there's always going to be racists in America. I'll never deny the fact that there are racists in America. I just won't deny the fact that there's racists on both sides of things. And I think, talk about being emboldened, Bill Maher and this guy are saying 2016 emboldened the white people to be more racist. I think, the current Democrat regime, I'm not just talking about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris. I'm talking about everybody who is speakers for the woke left, people like Bill Maher, people like Destiny, David Pakman, these types of people, they embolden the left to be racist against white people. Talk about being emboldened. I mean, they are immune to, they can say whatever the hell they want about white people and nothing happens at all, ever. Nothing will ever happen. They can't get canceled for it. Let me know in the comments though what you guys think about Bill Maher schooling this comedian here about the fact that he gets canceled if he does a black accent, and that the left acts like they're trying to be colorblind and live in a colorblind society and everything like that. And then they kind of do the complete opposite. It doesn't make any sense, but they're so hypocritical, and it's so blatant that even people like Bill Maher are starting to pick up on it and call them out. Let me know in the comments what you guys think about this whole Bill Maher versus the woke left situation.